Hi, everybody. It's Friday, March 20th, and I'm sorry that I'm a little late getting my video posted to you. I got a little bit of a virus today. It was the cleaning virus, a little bit of dust bug that if I don't attend to it right away, it might not ever get attended to. So I needed to take care of that cleaning bug while I had the chance because there's a lot of dust in my house. So that's part of what I've been doing today. Also went for a walk. My gosh, I thought it was going to be 60 degrees. And with the wind blowing, Coco and I thought it was at least 30. So my fingers and toes are still cold. Anyway, I had a friend, the priest in charge at Trinity Belleville, and we're both doing these video uh, little broadcasts. Although she, I think by nature, must have a much more joyful spirit than maybe sometimes I do. If you get a chance to go over to the Trinity Belleville Facebook site, she played a song, Dancing to the Moonlight, and did a dance with it. And then today, the post is about the 10 commandments that have come down from Mount Corona, and you might need to see the 10 commandments that are appropriate for the time we're living in. But it made me think that I tend to post somewhere sort of melancholy songs when I post. Yesterday, I posted the one by Iris Dement called When My Morning Comes. And what I thought today, though, was that I would just post a happier dance song. And I want to tell you a little bit about the song. When I was in college, there were a group of maybe four of us, I think, who would gather together on Friday nights, and we would play euchre. That was the game, and we would also drink Little King's cream ale. And Maxine Nightingale was, it's kind of the disco era in 1975, 79. So we would put on Maxine Nightingale and the Pointer Sisters and all those sorts of songs, and you can imagine that there were four of us. Maybe we had one or two Little Kings. We were playing euchre, and Maxine Nightingale would come on, and all of a sudden we'd be dancing in our chairs, just sort of rocking along to the music. So I'm going to play that in a second. I'm sorry for the time warp for those of you who don't like it. But another story I have is several years ago, I went to a conference with other clergy, and it was, I think, in Arizona. Can't remember, but it was a conference for clergy that was focused on wellness, on physical wellness, emotional wellness, spiritual wellness, financial wellness. And so we would talk to all these experts and whatnot, but it was also a time that we were supposed to be able to let our hair down a little bit. Anyway, I got to know this gentleman who was the dean of a cathedral in another state, and I was impressed by him because he had his PhD in theology from somewhere in England, I'm not sure. And as part of his self-disclosure at one point, he had said that he was autistic, or excuse me, had Asperger's, and he had talked about uh, how he managed his Asperger's while earning a PhD and then working his way through ministry and becoming dean of a cathedral. Anyway, so I was enjoying getting to know this gentleman. And then one night we had a dance. The organizers of the event had a dance for all the clergy. Now, I don't feel like I dance very well, so you won't see me doing what the priest in charge of Trinity Belleville did on her video. But so we had a dance, and I really wanted to dance, and I asked the guy from who's the dean of the cathedral got up to dance, or he asked me if I would, and he was kind of giving me lessons as we were listening to this music, and he knew all the steps and the gracefulness and whatnot. And I asked him, "How in the world did you learn how to dance like this?" And he said that he and his wife had been champion ballroom dancers in Australia, which, as I'm thinking now, is where he had come from originally. He had that Australian accent. And so for years and years, he and his wife had been dancing semi-professionally, and that's how he knew how to dance. And I said, "Oh, I wish I, you know, I should go take lessons and this and that." I said, "But I'm only one person. I'm single, and how do you practice and whatnot?" And he said to me, "Well, you can always get a broomstick." He said, "Seriously, if you want to dance, get out a broomstick, and there you've got a partner." So what I want to say to you is tonight might be Friday night for some of us. If we think back to our younger days, might have been the party night. Maybe we'd go to a dance or not. I don't know. But music sure is good for our souls. And from today's hip hop and rap and types of music that I can't even name, all the way back to the beginnings of Gregorian chant and even before that, music has been something that comes out of our soul. Even the Bible speaks of it. So I'm going to play this one song, and then I'll end by reading something from the scripture. So much for my chair dancing. Anyway, I just want to read you then a canticle. Oh my gosh, where did it go? A canticle that's based on Isaiah 35. And in the Church of England prayer book, they list this as one of the canticles for morning prayer in Advent. They call it a song of the wilderness. The wilderness and the dry land shall rejoice. The desert shall blossom and burst into song. They shall see the glory of the Lord, the majesty of our God. Strengthen the weary hands and make firm the feeble knees. Say to the anxious, be strong, fear not. Your God is coming with judgment to save you. Then shall the eyes of the blind be opened, and the ears of the deaf unstopped. Then shall the lame leap like a deer, and the tongue of the dumb sing for joy. For water shall break forth in the wilderness, and streams in the desert. The ransomed of the Lord shall return with singing, with everlasting joy upon their heads. Joy and gladness shall be theirs, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. So perhaps tonight and this weekend, you can think more about singing and about song, whatever comforts you and gives you joy and peace. And always to dance, even if it's with a broomstick. So I wish you a good evening this evening. I may or may not see you tomorrow on Saturday because I'll be preparing for Sunday worship. We're going to have it at 10 a.m. live streamed on Facebook. I hope I can figure it out, but for sure I'll see you 10 a.m. on Sunday for morning prayer. God bless you all. I'll see you soon.